Hello boys and girls. It's getting pretty freezing out here, so I'm just going to do an easy one. I've got some new video gear on the way, so you're probably sick of seeing the little pulse every time it zooms, focuses. That's because I'm using a crappy Samsung Galaxy 3 camera. Well, phone, now camera, used to be my phone. I want to do better quality live streams for everyone, so I've ordered a live streaming capture card, which is friggin' $400, so you better like it. It's going to stream straight into my laptop via USB 3, and I'm going to get a proper video camera, one that can do sustained streams for a long time without overheating like a digital SLR would. It's a little bit of research in figuring out which cameras are suitable. A lot of them don't output live HDMI, so they're kind of useless. Yeah, so another thing that you jump on forums, you try and find stuff out, and there's just a bunch of people talking shit. You don't find out anything valuable, so you've got to just dive in and have a go. So another thing that I'm diving in and having a go at. So hopefully I'll have some better quality HD videos up for you, so you'll be able to see the nitty gritties of what I'm into, and it'll be a bit less annoying with the zoom and the focus and all that crap. So hold tight. But in the meantime, I can change some machine heads on this Jackson Randy Rhoads. It's going to be like a time trial. See how quick I can do it, because it's bloody freezing out here. I've been sick as a dog the last 2 weeks. Just started to get well, and then I got sick again. That's what the price you pay for minding your girlfriend's nieces and nephews. Flip her over. I think she's just got home actually. Look out. Oh, there's a stiff breeze blowing through this whole garage. Hi babe! Made in Japan. All the best stuff's made in Japan. Someone's had a go at this before because it's got a strip screw, or reamed out thread. No one ever uses the correct size screwdriver. They always let me get some light. They always do this. Kind of hard to see there, but yeah, reamed out. Use the wrong screwdriver. Use something like this, it might sort of work. But yeah, reams it out. So don't do it, you fuckers. This is a number 1 Phillips. Generally they're all number 1 Phillips. A lot of people will either use number 0, which is that, or number 2, which is that. Neither of them match, so they remount the screws. Alright, so we'll grab the new ones. These are locking go-tos. I think we need a bit more light here, what do you reckon? There we go. These are go-tos, locking, so it's a little clamp mechanism with a ball bearing. as you screw that in, you might be able to see in that string hole there, closes up, clamps on the string, so you don't need to wrap it around. You just feed it through once and clamp it down and she's good. It's got that plastic coating on it. You see many guitars where that's just left on, but I take it off. Hello, how are you going? You can speak, it's okay. Just changing some Machineheads.
It's a good band.
Machinehead. Didn't know you were aware of the band. I knew you'd be aware of the album.
I know the song by
Deep Purple's the album.
yeah, but there's a song by Bush.
What, Bush have a song called Machinehead?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Didn't know that. You learn something new every day. What's for dinner?
Mate, you're meant to be cooking.
Yeah, in a minute. Beautiful day, isn't it?
Lucky the fire's still going.
Yeah. Oh, correct amount of screws. You gonna speak to the camera? We'll piss off then. Right. So these can't speak. These screw holes don't line up with the old screw holes, which isn't ideal. But I outlined that on the quote and said, do you want me to block the old screw holes or just leave them be? And they said leave them be. So I'm just going to leave them and drill new ones in the correct location. So to do that, I'll grab a drill. You always have to drill pilot holes. If you don't, you're going to drive a screw in wrong, or you're going to snap a head off a screw. Now generally what I do is I grab the actual screw itself, hold the shank of the drill bit up, and just see if it's about the same size as the shank, so you can see all the thread either side of the shank of the drill. I don't bother measuring it, I just look at that and decide, yep, that's good. That's going to be my pilot hole diameter. Next thing I do is check length of the screw. Generally all about the 8 to 10 mil mark. And I put a mark with masking tape. Make a little flag out of masking tape, rip it in half. That becomes my depth gauge. Just put it at 10 mil. We've got a 15 mil thick headstock, so 10's plenty of clearance. Just go 10 mil or 9-ish, whatever. Make a little flag, and that makes you hit just the right depth. So I've got this other tool, which is a automatic center punch. Push it down, and that hardened steel tip comes down with an internal spring-loaded hammer and punches a hole right where you want it, right in the center. I put off buying one of these for ages and used a hammer and a standard center punch, but I really wished I didn't, because it was painful holding shit and whatever. So here I'm just making the nuts just finger tight, just to pull them down so they're just pushing on the face of the headstock, but I can still move them around to find out exactly where that screw center wants to be. Oh, it's bloody freezing in here. It's just dropped about 10 degrees. Hands aren't working. And it's raining. Alright, let's line them up. Alright, you can see there the arse end of them all's lined up, and it's all looking pretty comfy. So I'm going to just nip them up another touch, just by hand. So they're not really moving around sloppy. I'm going to center punch them. I need to back her off a bit. That's getting painful. It's got an adjustment there for the spring tension. It pops right out if you go too far. Yep, that's better. Alright, pop them off. Looks like no one gives a shit because no one's watching. Good on yous. So you can see there the old holes and then the new center punch marks where I'm going to drill the new screw holes. So let's do it. Beauty. Put them back on. Now these are, get the feeling they're designed for like 12, 13 mil, like ½ inch headstock thickness. They're pretty close to the string hole on this particular guitar, but oh, almost grabbed an old one. But they still work. Really, with these tuners, you don't have to have a lot of string winds around the post because they are locking. You just pretty much pull them taut and feed them through, and that's it. Tighten them up, and generally half a turn and you're up the pitch. So you don't need to have a good 3 mil or so below the string hole for it to work properly. So blah. Line them up again. Might put a little clamp on there just to help me out. These things are bloody best bloody thing ever. Quick grips. Where would we be without quick grips? It'd still be carpenters on site holding up doors waiting for the next shift. Alright, we've got Phillips number 1. Number 1? Yep, number 1. So they're going pretty smooth. You don't generally have to use any more than 2 or 3 fingers to get them in. If you do, something's wrong. You drilled the hole too big or too small. Well, if you drilled it too big, you've already stripped it. These are generally just as an indexing screw to stop it from spinning or stop it from rotating around. You can see there the thread stops on the shank. The thread doesn't find its way all the way up to the head. So that shank there fits a little tighter in the screw hole and helps stop the machine head from rotating under tension. Something. Well, all of these jobs are pretty easy. You could do them yourself, but there's just some basic stuff to them that if you try them yourself and you don't know this stuff and you're not really that way inclined, you could really screw it up. So a lot of people ask me, go, oh, it's pretty easy, I could do it myself, yeah? I'm like, well, yeah, sure. But if you screw it up, you're on your own, buddy. Got a 10 mil tube socket there, SIG chrome. Just to drive home the nuts. Alright, they're good to go. So let's look at this pickup, eh? See if my shit reaches my other shit. Here we go. Cool. So the tripod's sort of straddling the guitar here, but that's alright. So we're replacing one of these pickups, I forget which. Let's look it up, eh? Alright. Come on, internet. Alright, so we are replacing the bridge pickup only. So first I want to disconnect it from the electronicals. Must be a metal player if they're replacing the bridge pickup. More metal. Alright, so there's two holes there. Oh, you can't. Need a longer cable. Professional. So there's two holes. That one there is the bridge pickup. Oh, they've got a bread bag tie. Straight out of the Japanese factory. I thought Japanese were good. Anyway. Alright, let's disconnect that pickup. So it's a split coil pickup, or 4 conductor. So you can see there, I've got 2 conductors connected to each other. Then you got a green and naked, so shield, going down to this horrible thing. Oh my god. I think I'm going to have to fix that up. I don't know if this is factory or not, but oh, it's not too bad, it just looked bad. Alright, so I'm disconnecting this wire and putting the new pickup in. Let's just snip it off. Some screwdriver. You got to take the surround out for this. You can probably hear the rain falling on the door out the back. Better shut that door, eh? Brad's Guitar Garage, it ain't glorious. Cable should come out. There's a grounded connection for, there'll be a carbon paint on there, which is sort of conductive. Let's have a look. Its job is to shield the pickups from external noise. Alright, so you can see there the 2 connections hard against each other, 0.1 ohm. Bit of lead resistance there. .28 ohm, that's actually pretty conductive. So I'm just putting my probes there on the inside of the cavity. 50 ohm, that's pretty conductive. That's good paint. So after they've painted the whole guitar with a cosmetic finish, they come through and put a just hand brush, usually some carbon impregnated paint on the cavity to sort of shield it from noise coming from your surroundings where you're playing, or from your body itself, because you are an antenna and you do pick up electromagnetic interference, and some of that gets fed back into the pickup. You'll notice that on a good guitar anyway, the bridge is grounded, and as soon as you touch the bridge, if you're not touching anything else on the guitar or the amp, as soon as you touch the bridge, the noise drops, especially when you're playing with high gain, so a fair bit of volume, a fair bit of distortion. As soon as you touch the pickup, you've now grounded your body, so your body acts sort of like a shield to those electromagnetic fields from everything, from just mains voltage, from mobile phones, TV, radio, the whole lot. You become like a shield. So this paint here is conductive, and that is a ground wire going to the shield, going to the ground, to the shield of the cable, and then to the ground of your amplifier. So it helps block out the noise. Anyway, so there's the old pickup. You can see there the two coils have been joined, so it's working like a traditional humbucker. So that's just how I'm going to wire in the new one. Let's go get the new one. Here we've got an invader. All the new pickups, they sound like the name to a movie starring The Rock. So there we go. It's got Allen key screws for the pole pieces. I don't think it's, it might have some kind of acoustic properties to it, but generally I think it's more cosmetics than anything. But who am I to say? What do I know? So it's a Seymour Duncan going in, it's a Seymour Duncan coming out. Or Duncan designed anyway. They've both got the same wiring scheme, same colour codes to the wires. So I can just do the wiring exactly the same. This is the boring part. I'm not kidding, it's all the boring part. Alright, I'll return that one. She seems a bit sloppier in there. Yeah, it is. Look. Yeah. Yeah, the spacing going. It's actually a narrower spacing. Ooh, that could be a problem. It's a bit narrow for that string spacing on the bridge. Maybe that's what the big screw heads are for. Let's give it a go anyway. I like to push over the wires there so they go back through the hole easier. Sweet. Now this pickup surround is more or less parallel. So we can put it back either way. I like to get them on there, put the screw on. And drive her in. Just get it in a few threads first, then get the other one in. Right, now the writing goes the same way and the cable goes down the same way as the old one. it's like a dick in a shirt sleeve, eh? It looks alright once it's up. See how it performs. Got no choice, the customer bought the pickup. Yeah, it's a Metalhead's guitar, so it's got the obligatory blood near the bridge pickup. So you know he's super metal. I'll give it a clean up before I send it back. Alright, so that's in. Roughly adjusted in height. Let's wire it up. Just grab some water for the soldering iron sponge. Right, so I'll remove that old lead. Should get some fresh solder on there, I guess, but still a lot of flux floating around that connection. Get rid of the old signal lead. Suck up the excess solder and bullshit. Oh, it'd help if it was on, eh? Oh, still not over the bloody flu or whatever I've had. Yeah. Right, now I'm always of two minds of whether I should chop leads, because you never know what guitar they're going to want to put it into next. They might not like it, it's probably still under warranty, so let's just leave it long. Stick a cable tie around it. Sparky's mate. The lead's shielded, so it's not like the extra length is going to give any dramas. I mean, it's going to go down bloody multiple meters of guitar lead, so what's another 3 inches? Don't really like that connection. Maybe I'll mess it up. Smoky. Alright, so I think I might do that a bit better than the factory connection. Feed the existing leads through there, because they're never going to change unless someone goes full retard on it. And I'll just connect the pickup connector soldered to the face of it. See how that goes. Burn myself in the process. Yay! What should we use for this? Nah, I'll just burn myself. Should be right. Watch this, kids. Ow! Alright. So with that connection, grab some heat shrink. Wherever it is. What the hell? Where's my heat shrink? There it is. So red and white were tied together. Let's do that again. Push that back, chuck some heat shrink over it. Oh, you know what? Black and raw were together too. They make a connection, so we're not going to push that back. Running out of heat shrink here. Bloody hell. See some clear gear. Get on there. No, you want to. It's that hour when I should be eating dinner, not doing this shit. I'm all retarded. I can't coordinate eye hand movements and stuff. Come on. Nah, it's too tight. I'll get the next gauge up. Gauge. Bit of heat. Sweet as! Connect the grounds. Burn myself again. No. Really hard doing this and filming at once. What am I thinking? Get rid of the excess solder. Make sure there's an actual conductor going through the solder eyelet there. As awkward as it is. That's better. Stick in the grounding screw again. There's a conductive paint on this cavity as well. Yeah. Alright, I'll give that a quick check before we chuck the cover on, because there's always the chance I've done something stupid. Just look at me. Flick on the test in it. Give her a bit of gain. Ah, non-magnetic tweezers, of course. Yep, there you go. Single control on this one, so no tone control to worry about. Yep. 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 And you'll notice that bridge is grounded. I'll just lick my hand here. See that? I'm acting like an antenna, picking up radio waves. As soon as I touch a bridge, it goes away, because I'm actually shielding the pickup now. As soon as I'm grounded. Same goes with that pickup, not as much though. You really notice it when I've got my other hand there, because when it comes down to it, you're just a big conductor. You're just a big sack of salt water. You're just waiting to conduct electricity. And that's why you don't fuck with electricity, because you're a big conductor. So it's correctly grounded and it's wired up. Sweet as! So I'll set that up tomorrow, chuck some new strings on it, and we're golden. Thanks for watching, if you're watching. If you're not, then whatever.